Hi friends, Madison Murphy here from the Make It Fun, Get It Done channel of being persistent and consistent. So here I'm doing a little bit different than some of the other things that I've done. This video is going to be on self-concept. A lot of you, maybe most of you, don't know that I'm actually an expert in the area of self-concept. I did a master's thesis on it back in the mid-90s and came out with some really interesting findings on self-concept. Now, self-concept is how you see yourself in different areas. And so the framework that I had with my master's thesis, and my original master's thesis back then, looked something like this. I don't know if you can see that, where you've got there's four areas of the self-concept. One is the spiritual, and then psychosocial or mental, biophysical or the physical, biophysical, and the environmental cultural. So that's environment and culture outside. Recently, in the last, probably 6 months, I redid that framework because I had some things that I've learned in the last 3-4 years that made me look at the person and the self-concept in a different area. So I'm introducing this new framework, and this basically is my new framework. Here you've got these overlapping circles, just show that they're all interrelated. Well, here's how I'm looking at it now, where you've got the core of the person, the spiritual. Then you have the psychosocial there, the biophysical, and this right here circles represent the actual person. In the environmental cultural, the box is outside the person. So that there's my new self-concept framework. And that's something that I'm looking at introducing. I'll be presenting at a college course here in a couple of days. And on one or maybe in both of them, I'm going to go over this self-concept and look at this and, presenting this as a way of looking at yourself. Now, a lot of times when you think about self-esteem, body image, and those types of things, well, those are just a little bit of a part of the self-concept. So if you look at, yes, self-esteem is, one part, body image is the other, but really, here's the holistic view of self-concept, where you have these four parts of the self-concept: the spiritual, the psychosocial, the biophysical, and then the environmental cultural. So spiritual, and then this is the mental, the mental mind. The biophysical is actually the physical part of the body, and then the environment and your culture, where you're from, what's outside of you. So there's my new framework for the self-concept. And so that's just something I just want to introduce and just put out there, just to start out there. And it's really important to have a good self-concept. A good self-concept with you. One thing I found out in my master thesis, that the reason the spiritual here is in the core is I found out that actually is a very core and key part of the self-concept, is the spiritual. And that was back, like I said, in the mid-90s when I did my master's thesis on self-concept. So everybody just, look at yourself, and if you want to look at ways that you can improve how you feel about yourself in those four areas, I invite you to do that and just do some reflection and look at that. And then just remember to make it fun, get it done. And when you're looking towards your goals and feeling good about yourself, remember to be persistent and consistent. And some is better than none. So everybody have a great day.